Operating system or OS is a software installed on a computer hard drive that enable the computer hardware to communicate and operate with the computer software. Without a computer operating system, a computer and software programs would be useless. Shutting down computer and mobile device. To shut down on a Windows, press the Windows key on the keyboard and click the power, click shutdown. And to shut down mobile device, just hold the power button, then click the power off. Providing a user interface. The user interface is the point of human-computer interaction and communication in a device. This can include display screen, keyboard, a mouse, and the appearance of a desktop. It is also the way through which a user interacts with the application or a website. Managing program. One of the most important tasks of the operating system is to help the computer manage hundreds of processes that runs at the same time. In other words, it needs to ensure that the appropriate number of resources is allocated to the process as well as the correct hardware is activated when required. An example of this can be seen when listening to music while you are playing games. You want your operating system to allocate the exact number of resources through each of the application, allowing them to run at the same time. Managing memory. Memory management is the functionality of an operating system which handle or manage primary memory and moves process back and forth between the main memory and disk during execution. Memory management keeps track of each and every memory allocation regardless of either it's allocated to some process or it is free.
Operating system functions 6 of 19. How an operating system handles programs directly affects your productivity. For example, single tasking and multitasking, foreground and background, and single user and multi-user. Next slide is operating system function 7 of 19. Figure 9 to 5. The foreground application, Microsoft Word, is displayed on the screen. The other applications, Calendar, Google Maps, in Edge, and File Explorer are in the background. Operating system functions 8 of 19. Memory management optimizes the use of the computer or device's internal memory. Virtual memory is a portion of a storage medium functioning as additional RAM. Operating system functions 9 of 19. In this figure 9 to 8, this figure shows how a computer might use virtual memory. On the example, you will see how a computer might use virtual memory. Step 1. The operating system transfers the least recently used data and program instructions from RAM to the hard drive because RAM is needed for other functions. Step 2. The operating system transfers data and program instructions from the hard drive to RAM when they are needed. Operating system functions 10 of 19. The operating system determines the order in which the tasks are processed. Here in figure 9 of 9, spooling increases both processor and printer efficiency by placing documents to be printed in a buffer media before they are printed. This figure shows 3 documents in the queue with 1 document printing. Operating systems functions 11 of 19. A driver is a small program that tells the operating system how to communicate with a specific device. Plug and Play automatically configures new devices as you install or connect them. For example, on our When you connect your mobile device on your laptop or computer, it will automatically uh, configure that how you will want to use that connection for. For example, for transferring files, for transferring only photos, etc. Next slide is operating system functions 12 of 19. A performance monitor is a program that assesses and reports information about various computer resources and devices. Figure 9 of 10. The activity monitor in this figure is tracking CPU, processor, or usage. Operating system functions 13 of 19. Operating system typically provide a means to establishing internet connections. Figure 9 of 11 shown here are internet connections options for desktop and mobile operating systems. Operating system functions 14 of 19. Many programs, including operating systems, include an automatic update feature that regularly provides new features or corrections to the program. Figure 9 of 12. An operating system usually includes a means to download and install important updates. Operating system functions 15 of 19. Operating systems often provide users with a variety of tools related to managing a computer, its devices, or its programs. For example, file manager, search, image viewer, uninstaller, disk cleanup, and disk defragmenter. Next up is operating system function 16 of 19. Number 1, screensaver. Oh no, this is continuation of the operating system. Uh, Screensaver, file compression, PC maintenance, backup and restore, and power management. Next slide is operating system function 17 of 19. Some operating systems are designed to work with a server on a network. These multi-user operating systems allow multiple users to share a printer, internet access, files, and programs. A network administrator uses the server operating system to add and remove users, computers, and other devices, which means the administrator has all the controls to all that happens in the server because uh, the administrator is kind of like a god on that server and he is free to do whatever he wills and whatever he wants. He is the one in control. And another one is configure the network, install software, and administer network security. Operating system functions 18 of 19. A user account enables a use to log in. A user account enables a use to sign into or access resources on a network or computer. A username or user ID identifies a specific user. A password is a private combination of characters associated with the username. As we all know that passwords is what we have in all accounts and they are to save data or store data as such. Operating system functions 19 of 19. Figure 9 of 13. Most multi-user operating systems allow each other to sign in, which is the process of entering a username and a password into the account. Single-user operating systems often use a password to lock an entire device or computer. That's
Hi guys, I'm John Roddy Cruzit and I'm gonna report about different types of operating systems. Many of the first operating systems were device-dependent and proprietary. A device-dependent program is the one that runs only a specific type or make of computer or mobile device. Proprietary software is a privately owned and limited to a specific vendor or computer or device model. Desktop operating systems. A desktop operating system, sometimes called a standalone operating system, is a complete operating system that works on desktop, laptops, and some tablets. Desktop operating systems sometimes are called client operating system because they also work in conjunction with a server operating system. Client operating systems can operate with or without a network. Examples of the more widely used desktop operating systems are Windows, macOS, Unix, Linux, and Chrome OS. Windows. In the mid-1980s, Microsoft developed its first version of Windows, which provided a graphical user interface. Since then, Microsoft continually has updated its Windows operating system, incorporating innovative features and functions with each subsequent version. In addition to basic capabilities, the latest version of Windows offers these features. Uses styles to access apps, includes the desktop interface, support for input via touch, mouse, and keyboard, email app, calendar app, and browser included. Photos, files, and settings can sync with OneDrive, Microsoft Cloud Server, enhance security through antivirus program. Windows Store offers additional application for purchase. Mac OS. Since it was released in 1984 with Macintosh computers, Apple Macintosh operating system has earned reputation for its ease of use and has been the model for most of the new GUI development for non-Mac systems. The latest version of Mac OS is a multitasking operating system available for computer manufactured by Apple. Features of the latest version of Mac OS include the following: mails, calendars, contacts, and other items sync with iCloud, Apple's cloud server. Communicate and play games with users of mobile devices running Apple's mobile operating system or iOS. Built-in Facebook and Twitter support allows you to post a status, comments, or files from any app. Browser. Open a multiple desktops at once. Dictated words convert to text. Support for braille displays. Mac App Store provides access to additional apps and software updates. Unix. It is a multitasking operating system developed in the early 1970s by scientists at Bell Laboratories. Bell Labs is a subsidiary of AT&T. Was prohibited from actively promoting Unix in the commercial marketplace because of federal regulations. Bell Labs instead licensed Unix for a low FCC to numerous colleges and universities where Unix obtained a wide following. Unix was implemented on many different types of computers in the 1980s. The source code for Unix was licensed to many hardware and software companies to customize for their devices and applications. As a result, several versions of this operating system exist, each with slightly different features or capabilities. Today, a version of Unix is available for most computers of all sizes. Linux, introduced in 1991, is a popular multitasking Unix-based operating system that runs on a variety of personal computers, servers, devices, and single-board computers. In addition to the basic operating system, Linux also includes many free tools and programming languages. Linux is not a proprietary software like the operating system discussed thus far. Instead, Linux is open source software, which means its code is provided for use modification and redistribution. Many programmers have donated time to modify and redistribute Linux to make it the most popular Unix-based operating systems. Linux is available in a variety of forms known as distributions. Some distributions of Linux are command line, others are GUI. Some companies' market of software that runs on their own distribution of Linux. Many application programs, tools, and plugins have different Linux distributions. Chrome OS. Chrome OS is introduced by Google. It is a Linux-based operating system designed to work primarily with web apps available through Chrome Web Store, and data is stored on Google Drive. The only apps typically installed on the computer are the Chrome browser, a media player, and a file manager. A specialized laptop that runs Chrome OS is called a Chromebook, and a specialized desktop that runs Chrome OS is a Chromebox. Chromebooks and Chromeboxes typically use SSD for internal storage. Users also can run Chrome OS as a virtual machine. Computers running Chrome OS works mostly with web apps. They do not require as much internal storage capacity as other desktop operating systems discussed in this section. Their startup and shutdown time also is considerably less than other desktop operating systems because Chrome OS uses a streamlined startup procedure.
Running multiple desktop operating systems. While most PCs have a single operating system built in, it's also possible to run two operating systems on one computer at the same time. The process is known as dual booting, and it allows users to switch between operating systems depending on the task and programs they're working with. Server operating system. Server operating system is a type of operating system that is designed to be installed and used on a server computer. It is an advanced version of an operating system having features and capabilities required within a client-server architecture or similar enterprise computing environment. Mobile operating system. A mobile operating system is a software that allows smartphones, tablet PCs, personal computers, and other devices to run applications and programs. A mobile OS typically starts up when a device powers on, presenting a screen with an icon or tiles that present information and provide application access. Android. Android is a mobile operating system developed by Google. It is used by several smartphones and tablets. The Android operating system is based on the Linux kernel. Unlike Apple iOS, Android is open source, meaning developers can modify and customize the OS for each phone. iOS. iOS is a mobile operating system developed by Apple. It was originally named the iPhone OS, but was renamed to the iOS in June 2009. The iOS currently runs on the iPhone, iPad Touch, and iPad. Like modern desktop operating system, iOS uses a graphical user interface or GUI. Windows Mobile Edition. Windows Mobile is based on the Windows CE kernel and first appeared as the Pocket PC 2000 operating system. It includes a suite of basic applications developed with the Microsoft Windows API and is designed to have features and appearance somewhat similar to desktop version of Windows. Mobile versus desktop operating system. The difference between a mobile operating system and the computer OS has to do with how individual tech companies have rolled and various versions of the operating system that supply the fundamental environments for the traditional software application as well as new mobile apps.